Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Tiny Toonkind 12 FPS Cult Special, which is a mouthful, but we're sticking with it. This is going to be Confessionals, and if the lovely players, it's kind of an FPS plus, the players would introduce themselves, and then we can get in on it.
Hello, I'm Mira. I will be playing Abigail Satin, Abby for short.
Hello, I'm Cherry. I'm playing someone I haven't played in a long time, Victoria Hoots.
Hi, I'm Yuni. I guess, playing God. Also known as Larry.
No occupation one has top of drawing.
Oh, Tread, you're a bit glitchy.
Tread, you've become a robot.
Oh no, Tread!
Oh. Alright. Still robot.
Tread?
Trad, we really aren't
cool.
able to hear, any of that.
I think we lost them. Oh no!
F in the chat, boys.
Oh no! Our wonderful DM.
Tread, please, we're lost without you.
Oh no! I'm hoping that they're restarting and that their username is just a ghost in the chat.
Right at the start too.
Right. Well, I mean,
yeah, sets a tone.
I mean, it's better to be in the start rather than at a crucial part of something where we desperately needed to hear their wise words.
Better now. We can work it out here.
Oh, Chad just posted in the Nuts and Bolts gallery. Oh no, ghost text.
Alright, I'm coming to you from the ghost world.
Hey!
Chad!
Chad, you're back!
It's like I can still hear their voice.
This is my phone. We'll see how this works. Hey Mira, how about that backup recording though?
Still going strong.
Cool. Awesome. Alright. No technical difficulties here. Don't worry about it.
It's
Alright.
fine.
So it's fine. I'm not really gonna be talking much. I'm here as emotional support, and Discord doesn't like that apparently. So I'm just gonna get y'all started and let you all go off. Abby, you've had something on your mind recently for quite a while, since certain events, and you've made a decision to try something new. Currently it is late in the evening, a bit early for when the Tinies would normally be up and about. The studio's starting to sort of wind down a bit for the night. It is sort of just starting to get a little bit nippy. It's after Halloween, but we're not quite into winter yet. But your current housemate Harold has gone out early to check on his traps and to probably build some more, because this is a nervous little bun. And you've seen a perfect opportunity to slip away. Who you gonna go talk to?
Abby's gonna go talk to God.
Woo!
Because she has been thinking. She's been thinking since Errol showed up and kind of started questioning things. And she, one thing that stuck out to her really in particular was the fact that Errol asked, why don't you just go talk to him? like Abby's just been kind of sitting here thinking about a lot of stuff, especially about how the whole entire encounter, the last encounter she had with Victoria Hoots, went down. She's been just thinking a lot about that, combined with what Errol said.
So, yeah. Hey, Yuni, our beloved. What would you figure Errol's probably not Errol? Gosh, darn it. Definitely Larry. Is doing this time of night.
It's he's he's probably done a sweep over of like the prop room. It has gotten a lot more organized and sort of clean in the last couple months. And yeah, he's basically just making sure there's no one working on any late night prop projects or things like that before I guess turning in.
Well, for the sake of simplicity, there is no one working on any late night prop projects.
Yeah.
You have successfully self-cared everyone into going home or whatever.
Mostly he's just like, I need to go to bed. Everyone needs to leave. Little does he know.
Little does he know. So you're already nice and tired from, at least a medium length day, a good old regular day working at the studio. And yeah, Abby, how do you want to do this?
Gosh, it's been like a bit, and I still haven't thought about what Abby's actually gonna try and do. Well, question, where exactly do you think she is? 'Cause like she like is she like on the shelves, or is she like what route do you think would have been best for her to take? Because that could give her a few options for what she might do.
Whichever route you wanted to take, really. I thought, I mean, shelves might be easiest to like, hey, hi, hello up here, instead of maybe not having to worry about God accidentally stepping on you. But you're probably not in the rafters.
Oh yeah, no, definitely not the rafters. Considering the last time she was up there, she had a buddy, and even then they went shoo. They fell. So I think for her sanity, yeah, she's actually in on the shelves, and she just kind of takes a really deep breath, and then at the top of her lungs, she goes, "Oh, great and mighty Larry! Can I have your assistance, please?"
Oh my god. First off, I'm going to roll perception, because she's so small. She's so small.
So small.
Oh. Perception. Yeah, that's +0. God.
Oh,
good. Oh, good. Yes, a 17 would definitely hear the tiny, tiny voice. Yeah, there's sort of a big jerk of surprise before the mighty and powerful Larry turns around to face you. Abby, there he is, looking right at you. And he goes, "Oh, hey, what's up?"
Hi. There's like a very visible gulp.
and he goes, "Wow, Abby, right? What's I huh?
you you know my name?
Uh, yeah.
Wow. Wow. Oh, I didn't actually expect that. Okay. Well, I have a problem that's a lot bigger than me. Um cuz we're going to be making the warm house soon, and I need to apologize to one of the owls that work here, and she hmm, I'm not entirely sure if she's actually gonna listen to me if I just try and do it myself. Cause the last time we saw each other, Peck and everybody else were kind of mean.
And he stares. There's definitely a second where I'll say out of character. He thought that like, oh, people finally put two and two together and realized that me and Errol are the same person. But judging by her reaction, he's like, oh no, oh God, okay. um, and so he's just like, um. Okay, let me make sure I understand what it is you're saying. You guys picked on one of the employees here and you want to apologize.
Cause it was my fault that everything started in the first place. Cause me and Lester fell off the rafters and then fell on our hat, and and then we saw some rats. But that's something else completely different. But when we had to go tell the adults about what happened, we told that we had to explain that Miss Victoria is that she saw us, and then the adults wanted to make sure that everybody was safe and that there wouldn't be any mouse traps, and they ended up scaring her instead of just asking her not to tell anybody.
Uh-huh. Well, um there's again just a long awkward pause as he considers. He's like, "Oh boy. Oh god. Okay." And he says, "So, what do you like? You need me to go as backup, or do you want me to apologize for you, or
But backup would be nice, cause I made her a scarf, and she is gonna roll hammer space. Okay, that's a 2. She pulls out from her pockets this orange scarf that she made. It looks like an actual scarf on her, but Larry, you have experience that this looks more like something you would wrap around your finger and tie.
right, right." And he looks at that and he says, "All right, well, I can I can help you out. No problem. Is I guess it's not up to you to convince the adults to apologize, but good on you for wanting to make things right."
Yeah, I just feel really bad because she was so scared, and and I didn't even know they were planning it. They just um and she actually starts looking really embarrassed. You might want to roll insight.
Oh, good. Uh, 7. Not so
Okay.
good.
All right. With the 7, you don't know why she's starting to kind of like you know how kids will sometimes like stick their foot in the ground and kind of wiggle it a little bit, and like
mm-hmm.
why her face is turning red. She just kind of trails off, and that's all you really get. You get that she's like maybe embarrassed by something.
Uh-huh. He will sort of just like give a mollifying gesture. He's like, hey, don't worry about it. Hey, can I let you know something?
What?
Uh, what what the adults do is not your fault. Just baseline rule. Um, but you wanna talk to her, then yeah, I'll help you out.
The red kind of fades, and like she kind of like just stares at you, up at you, like with like stars in her eyes, because like she's a little Ghiblian borrower too, and she's gonna have like little sparkles and stuff. She is baby.
And he looks very well. Again, you can't. The mask is on, but he's just like, okay, all right. It's always so weird. It never gets less weird. Realizing that these tiny people look up to him. Some of them do. The children. Um, it has never gotten less weird.
She just thinks Larry is so cool and neat, and he's helping her.
He just sort of lowers a hand and he's like, so I guess you tell me where to take you, or
Mm-hmm. I from what I was able to tell with when I was able to go safely in the rafters, she usually is working on uh sewing and crafts and making costumes. Oh, she makes really cool costumes. It's so cool.
all right, just one of Thalia's people. Got it. Okay. Um, then yeah, he just sort of holds out his hand for Abby to climb aboard.
And she does, and like I imagine she's kind of like hugging his thumb.
Ugh, bless. Yeah, he does what he can to hold his hand very still for her as he heads on over to the costume uh, room. Um,
That's where I come in, I guess. Hi, I'm back.
hey.
What would you figure Tori would be doing around this time of night, Chair?
Maybe her job. Uh, I think when all of this started, she would have go home earlier than normal, but she's she's been kind of like ignoring everything a lot. So she's just like distracting herself with work, doing her job more and more often again.
Back to her
Staying
workaholic.
late. Hmm?
Cool. So once again, for the sake of simplicity, I say you're probably one of the last, if not the last, person left in the costume department around this time of night. Your little station's kind of sequestered off anyway. And yeah, I guess. Do y'all want to do perception rolls, or is this gonna happen?
Why not for fun we roll and then
Sure.
Okay, Abby, what's your perception, my dear? Okay, that's a +3, so 11 plus 3, 14.
Mm-hmm.
I
It's
mean,
not as if she's hiding.
yeah, it might be too hard to find her. She's pretty much one of the only ones left, if not the only one left.
Yeah, I say,
Hey,
Abby, you're
I just-
probably. Oh,
Oh.
what's up?
I just have a very cute image of like Larry looking around, not being sure, and Abby just like doing a little tug on his thumb to point him in the right direction.
There's a faint light on deeper in the prop storage. That was you missed first. Um, uh, is Victoria gonna roll perception at all?
I should. Yeah, it's just +1.
Oh.
18!
Yeah. So I'm guessing as Larry, someone else makes their way towards you in the costume department, you notice pretty quickly. And then you notice something kind of red and pink and orange in their hand, and you are very, very well aware of the definitely two figures making their way towards you now.
So I don't know if the other two catch this, but she kind of whispers to herself, "Oh no." She might start packing up her stuff even.
uh, as they get closer, Larry's just like, hey,
Can I help you?
not me specifically. I got someone else who wanted to chat with you. Hi, Larry, by the way.
Victoria.
Cool. And he looks down at Abby to check on her.
Her tail's kind of like lashing in his hand, but it's like the kind of like, it's not like a happy wag, it's kind of like lashing, and she's just kind of looking up at Victoria with like, you don't have to roll insight, Larry, because she kind of spilled her guts at you. She's feeling really guilty.
Oh.
And she just kind of peeks out from Larry's fingers and goes, Miss Tori, I wanted you to have this, and she holds up the orange scarf that she made Victoria. As an apology, oh shoot, I gotta look up the experimental elixirs again, because because orange means experimental. I like looked it up last night and then I forgot to like write it down. This is what I get for like having the thought at like late at night. The number 4 boldness. The user drinker in this in the original text can roll of d4 and add the number rolled to every attack roll and saving throw they make for the next minute. And how I imagine it, like, since it's reflavored to be the little scarf that she makes, it's like you have like one use and then like the color slightly fades to more of a muted color, so like it's the usage is gone.
Oh, that's cool.
But yeah, like I'll copy that so we have that in the actual roll zone. But yeah, just because she knows that Victoria is a nervous bird on the best of times, and she wants to help.
Yeah, Tori's kind of like, she's messing with her hands a bit, and then, Abby offers the little gift, and, that's sweet. Thank you. And she puts out a shaky hand to take it. She's keeping most of her distance away, by the way. She's still very nervous.
Abby like just carefully tries to deposit it into Victoria's hands, and she just kind of takes a really deep breath and goes, "You're not gonna have to worry about us anymore, cause we're gonna be out of your hair, so you don't have to worry about us for the winter. You don't have to be scared of us. I'm sorry."
Oh man, I gotta think about how. Okay, just a minute. I did not think this far ahead.
Larry, meanwhile, is like, he feels very much like he shouldn't be here, but he said he'd be moral support, so he's just standing here like, mm-hmm.
And she appreciates it so much, Larry. You have no idea. Cause like Abby has like a very strong feeling that if it was just her herself, Victoria probably would have just already packed up and like ran.
Mm-hmm.
I think she's silent for a moment too. She's just like kind of trying to process what's still going on, and she had pretty much been just in denial for the past little while, and now Abby's back here apologizing. So this is Satin. Uh, she takes the scarf and she fiddles with it a little. She feels the stitching and or knitting, I guess, and I think she thanks her again.
Mhm.
I appreciate it. You're all still here, right? And she kind of just gestures to everywhere.
Well, we're not gonna be here, like everywhere. We're gonna be going to the cold house, cause it gets really cold, and not everybody's okay during the cold. So we make a warm house so everybody's not bad during the cold. Everybody gets really sleepy.
Oh,
Larry kind of like looks at Victoria, and Victoria, if you want to like roll an insight on Larry for a second.
yeah, I was gonna say Victoria just like looks up at Larry. Like, do you know about that? I think that's another +1. Yep. Phone chat. That's 5.
You have no idea. Larry is unfortunately, despite his best efforts, still a fairly intimidating and impassive figure. Um,
Pretty unreadable.
yeah, but he goes like, yeah, they're going to the warm house that they have. That's a thing they do. Out like Tori didn't roll well enough, but it's like, this is news to him. He didn't know about this.
That's a thing you do. Okay.
Cause some of us are not mammal tunes. Some of us are they do and Abby like kind of pauses to try and think while her player is trying to think of the word that's not hibernation but like that like topor.
Rumination. Torpor, yeah.
Yeah, topor. I think there's topor, and then there's hibernation, and just everybody. A lot of us get really sleepy, so we all bed down and make sure everybody's comfy and warm. Can't let everybody get cold again.
You know, they're for such tiny guys, there's a big variety of them. They look out for each other.
We're a family.
Oh,
And he
that's
gestures with the hand that Abby's not on. They're a family. He's like trying to give Tori a look to be like, you see, maybe you pick it up on what might have happened in the past about it, maybe a little bit, but also she didn't roll very well, so maybe it isn't working.
I'm gonna make a decision real quick. Okay, Tori takes another minute. She's like, everything about the situation has been overwhelming. She kind of like, she looks a little frustrated for a minute and then she goes, "Do you have enough supplies?"
This is where I turn to Trent because I don't know the state of the tiny community. Help.
They're probably pretty good. More isn't always worse, but also they've had a recent acquisition of a hoodie that's been nice.
Oh yeah, that.
There's just a skeletal framework of Larry Jr. sitting somewhere. Don't worry about it.
Oh my god.
Oh no, are they gonna sleep in Larry G?
That's a somewhat horrifying notion, because I'm just imagining this abandoned mini Larry doll just full of bugs.
They're probably not sleeping in Larry Jr., but there's definitely a hoodie on top of the little pile that they pile on. Larry Jr.'s just sitting kind of dusty in a corner.
It's a horrifying image. Thank you.
You're welcome. I aim to serve. I'm not sure. I think for humor's sake, we get an image. We get like a frame of like somewhat horror coloring imagery of just like the frame of Larry Jr. and what is behind the mask is still not visible, because it's not funny enough yet.
Middle of the conversation, cut to Larry Jr., then just come back. Okay. Okay.
So they're usually good, but they're probably in the earlier stages. So it would be nice if there's easier, like accessible stuff. But you know, they can make do.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Abby's gonna she kind of like has to think for a second because it's been a bit since she's helped with some scavenging missions just because heights. But she eventually says, well, we're okay, but we wouldn't mind more, maybe. She's kind of saying that with a question mark very visible in her tone. We're better off than we have been in the past. So yeah.
That's good. Not concerning. That's good.
Fuel is probably more of a problem than blankets are.
Mm-hmm. We might have issues with fuel though, cause we gotta keep it warm, cause we've got enough blankets for everything. I was able to help with that, and she kind of just puffs out her chest a little, cause yeah, she helped. She made blankets and stuff from her knitting.
She's real good at that.
And she just kind of like, but then she kind of just recircles back to, oh yeah, fuel to keep everything warm. That's kind of a necessary thing. That kind of goes through faster than you expect. And if you guys want, you can roll insight on Abby about her worrying about the fuel.
Sure. That's
Oh,
two.
that was a
It's
nat
a two.
one. No, that's a nat one.
Oh.
Larry got a 15.
All right, Larry, with a 15, you realize that Abby is actually really concerned about the possibility of the house, the warm house slash cold house, going cold on them during the winter. Like, and that, like, it's been kind of, she's worried more specifically just about cold in general. You kind of get the feeling that she's had kind of traumatizing experiences regarding the cold.
Mm. And Larry, like he feels like this conversation has gotten away from the original topic, which is probably a good thing. It's like, oh, Larry asked about them instead of trying to escape. That's usually a good sign. Um, and so he feels a little less weird about trying to speak up himself. Be like, what do you guys use for fuel?
And oh no, this is where my brain is starting to go bleh.
Yeah.
Hi, it's me again. Probably there's a mixture of like candles and just things that burn. There's I will not get into the specifics of. I will go anyway. It's mostly like sticks and twigs and organic material. Coal is nice when they can get it. Candles occasionally. Bobbin probably has a specific like stove built that can take a bunch of different things to burn. But it's kind of hard to find stuff that's small enough, that's big, that's good enough to hold a flame for a little while, but also is small enough to not like be something that's going to burn down their pile of incredibly flammable cloth.
Yeah.
So candles are nice when they can get them, but unless they're like tea light candles, it's hard to fit them in. So it's probably a complicated mishmash of whatever they can find, whatever works, that they just kind of cycle through during the winter.
Yeah, Abby relays that to the rest of the group.
Larry, for one terrified moment, was like, "Are the are are the tidies using fossil fuels to keep warm? Is that what fuel means?"
I mean, lamp oil's
That feels
probably
like a
great
bad
when they
idea
can get
for
a hand on it.
numerous reasons.
Lamp oil's probably great when they can get their hands on it, but
Yeah. And so he gives Victoria a look like, again, the mask. If you don't know him, it's very hard to figure out what he's trying to convey, unfortunately. Um, but yeah, he's mostly trying to see where she's at, because this is not about him trying to help these people right now. This is about them trying to make up with her.
Do you want to do an insight?
Sure. Not so good.
That's nice. Well, Victoria's still shaking.
Oh. Um. Yeah, I think mostly what Larry ends up saying, because he's still not sure where things are at between Victoria and these people, is he goes like, yeah, they're just trying to take care of themselves, and um, protect their family and stuff. So
Yeah, but that doesn't excuse scaring her. And I'm sorry that they used me to find you and then scare you, cause
oh, sorry, that's
oh,
Bootsy.
Bootsy, my beloved.
I
The
love you.
intermission. Boots.
He's very
Whoopsie.
happy.
Bootsy, our beloved.
Hello.
Hi, Boots.
Yes, you're a pretty puppy. I see you. There we go. Okay, she's taken off.
Okay.
Abby's like kind of just she's like I don't really imagine she's fully visible behind Larry's hand, but like she's like standing up to her full height, and like she's like kind of holding up, like pushing up above Larry's fingers, and like looking up at Victoria, very visibly upset. And she goes, they used my flitter patterness when I thought about you to track you down, and that's not okay, cause if I had known, I wouldn't have shown them where you were, and I'm sorry, cause them finding you was my fault.
That's another chunk to process. Well, no, it's fine now. That wasn't your fault. I'm okay. It turned out fine. I'd rather not be involved, I think. That I'd appreciate it if you would tell them to leave me alone, maybe.
Abby nods. Just she's also gonna roll insight. Oh, that was a 17.
Nice.
What's her plus again on insight? Okay, that's a +1. That was an 18. She's trying to like gauge if Victoria actually is all right after all of this.
Well, they definitely did give her a scare for a while. She, she's alright after that, I can say that, but, I think where she stands right now is that she feels bad for the tinies and she wants to help them, but also she has no clue what's going on at any given moment, and, feels threatened at all times.
Oh, there's a mood.
Oh, like Abby just
She'd like to help if she can, but also, are they going to tie me up again?
oh, just Abby, she kind of her mouth kind of firms up into like a stubborn look, and then she kind of puts her hands on her hips and goes, "They're not gonna hurt you. I'm gonna make sure of that, cause if they do, I'm gonna tell on them." Whoop! Almost knocked my water bottle off. "I'm gonna tell on them to Larry, and Larry can make sure that they stop. Right, Larry?" And she looks up at Larry like very full on trusting and admiration, and just, oh, this is a little kid who has absolute faith that you're gonna do whatever is necessary to be okay.
Oh God.
And Victoria's looking at you like, can you do that?
He has got a little bit stiff at the being put on the spot, and he's just like, yeah, I can I can tell him off if you need me to. Apparently.
Yeah! And she just kind of looks back at Victoria, and she's just like beaming now, because, yeah, God is on my side.
Oh my
God, I love her.
She's so good. They're like trying to psychically communicate with Tori about like, look, I know this is weird, but work with me here. But I don't think it's getting across because of these terrible insight rolls on both sides.
No, it's not. I think throughout this entire thing, they've just been looking between Abby and then each other, and Abby and then each other, trying to figure out what's going on.
Yeah.
I will say she's visibly a bit more relieved now.
Larry's like, as long as she doesn't start thinking I'm God too, it's okay.
I mean, like, outside of, like, the, like, whole entire mistaken deity identity thing, like, having a kid invoke another adult to go deal with misbehaving adults is a pretty responsible thing to do.
It's true.
But yeah, like, Abby's gonna tattle on the adults if they do something like that again.
All right, I'll take your word for it. Your name was
Abby! Abigail Satin.
Abigail Satin. Okay.
I think you make really pretty costumes. I think you're really cool.
Thank you. Your little scarf is really well made.
Thank you. She is blushing a little bit, but like, Victoria, you notice that it's like a lot different from when you first met Abby. Like, there are no floating hearts, there's like no dreaminess about it. She just looks really, really happy.
Bless.
I love her.
I need to be right back.
Oop.
Alright.
But yeah, like, she's just kind of like, she just is like, oh, the person that I admire says that I made a really cool thing. Yay. That's cool.
It's been so long since I've played Tori that I just, like, kind of don't know how. She's just in my brain trying to figure out what's going on at the same time I am.
I mean, that's completely valid. She's been tossed into the deep end without a life preserver.
She's supposed to be a background character! She doesn't know why she's involved! All of a sudden she has shading and she's with other people. What?
Again, big mood.
Yeah, just Abby is like, oh, things are going well. Yay! Completely oblivious to the two adults in the room going, what the heck are we doing?
Regardless of how relieved she is that Abby's got her back and Larry can, I guess, invoke his god power. She's still incredibly uncomfortable. I don't think that's gonna change no matter what you say or do, but invoke your god powers, Larry.
Yeah, with his mystical powers of knowing some of their names and I don't know, being able to give a disapproving dad look.
With your mask, yeah.
Yeah. And he's in this awkward moment of like, okay, now what? Like he's not going to, he doesn't want to say anything to spoil the moment, but he's also just like, are we good here?
After it's been silent for a moment, Victoria looks between the two again, just like, yeah, all right.
If you need to go, we can go and stuff. Cause I gave you my present. I told you not to worry about us. And yeah, and I promise that I will totally make sure that no one hurts you like that again. And she just kind of gives a determined nod.
Thank you, Abby. I'll trust you on that.
You can. And she just kind of like beams up at Victoria, and then she kind of pauses and goes, was there anything else that you wanted to know about or anything before I asked Larry to give me a ride back home?
I have a question, but I don't know how to phrase it without like being outright about it. I mean, it'd be funny, but it's out of character.
The crux of, do I want to be in character or out of character about this? Oh no.
Yeah.
Do I want to be in character? Do I want to be funny?
Maybe roll a D2.
You can always say what it is, and then we can decide if it's funny enough.
So is he a god?
Yes, funny enough. Yes. Anyway.
You're right.
I'm fine. Oh.
Oh my god. Like if she is actually asking that, Larry's only response is like with his free hand, just like putting it over his face, just like, oh god.
While that's happening, Abby, like, absolutely, with absolute faith, goes, yes! Completely oblivious to Larry in the background going, facepalm.
Okay, this... Victoria, please get this one. Victoria, please get this one. I guess that's fine, yeah,
Yeah, you can absolutely figure that Larry feels very awkward about whatever the hell
answer's...
this is. He's just like, yeah, he has sort of been swept up in this in a way not entirely dissimilar to you.
Oh, no.
And it's just kind of along for the ride.
I think she just like looks between the two and again goes, oh no, in her head. She's not gonna say that one out loud, but oh, that's nice, Abby. She doesn't know how to treat a kid.
Your Honor, she's just a child. And she loves Larry very, very much.
He is just standing here, my guy.
I don't know if you get this, Larry, but she looks up at you like, I am so sorry.
And I guess what Larry, he looks at her, and yeah, for the first time upon realizing this, you're getting like, he's just trying, man. He's just doing his best. And he's like, if you ever wanna talk about, he he's struggling to find the right word in front of Abby.
she gets it. She just nods and goes, yeah, okay.
Just Abby gets like really like just like sparkles at the idea of the two of them talking, completely missing the point.
Oh, Abby!
Oh,
She just thinks that both of them are really neat, and the idea of them talking and like hanging out is also really neat.
oh, bless. Oh. Oh, and Larry nods. He still feels very weird about all this, but also, God, he, on the one hand, he's eternally exasperated by this whole fiasco, but also, hey, she did actually come to him for help instead of doing this weird, distant worship thing, so I, like, that's theoretically an improvement. um, so
This is fine.
he gives, an awkward sort of nod to Tori and goes, "All right, I guess we better get you to bed or torpor." Um,
Well, I don't really go into torpor, but Lester does. He gets really sleepy.
right, of course. And he gives Tori one last look, like, well, we'll see you around, I guess. Maybe.
Bye, Miss Tori.
Yeah, she just.
I really look forward to seeing all the cool new things you're gonna make while I'm away.
Thank you, Abby.
It's
She's
one of
like,
Sorry, you go ahead.
nothing much. She's keeping hold of the little scarf. She's
She just kind of adds,
it's one of my favorite things when the thaw happens. I get to see all the cool things you guys make.
the thaw. Yeah. I'll make sure to make something that'll impress you.
Oh, you always impress me. I think you're really cool, and I want to be as good of a seamstress as you one day.
Tiny or not, she doesn't know how to take that one.
There's a lot happening.
There is a lot happening. She goes, "Oh, yeah, I'm sure you will. Thank you." And she's kind of like, still looking at the two, but kind of packing up her things on the side at the same time because, okay, I'm tired of this.
Larry, again, he's just like, all right, I'm gonna insert myself in this conversation, by which I mean he gives a thumbs up and then just sort of turns around to go.
Yeah, bye.
Bye!
very, very tiny, quiet bye, because you are no longer facing. She is no longer facing you, Victoria.
I think the second they're out of sight, she just slumps back down into her chair, puts her hand on her forehead.
This is somehow your life against
Oh.
all odds.
How is this my life right now?
That is the eternal question.
God.
Oh god.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm just going to assume that, like, at probably a later date, because boy, tonight sure happened. Larry is like gonna go back to Tori and just be like, so yeah.
Yeah, they can talk about this without there being a tiny kid here.
Yeah.
Abby, I love you, dear, but I
Yeah,
we can't really talk about this freely.
Nope.
They want to freak out, but they don't want to crush dreams.
Tiny, tiny dreams.
So
Tiny
tiny.
dreams. They're so
Tiny,
small.
very small, sparkly
protect
eyed
them all.
dreams. Yeah. So y'all are welcome to end here, or if Larry, if you want to have any conversation with Abby as you're taking her back to the prop storage, or whatnot.
Mhm.
Uh,
I think mostly what happens on the way back is Harry sort of looks down at Abby and says, you feel better?
Abby looks up at her at Larry and nods.
Mm-hmm. Um, it, I think everything's gonna be okay now. And if the adults decide to do something mean like that again, I can ask you for help.
Yeah. Um Hopefully it won't come to that, but if you need me, yeah, you apparently know where to find me.
Your finger gets a hug, Larry. She just she she loves you so much. She just like it's not even like really like the love of like a god or anything. It's just she thinks you're amazing.
Oh. Somehow children keep liking him and he never knows how to feel about it.
You're friend shaped.
Mhm.
Oh, Mr. Capybara.
Mr. Capybara.
Mr. Capybara. Oh, we love this noodle man, Yuni. We love him so much.
Um, but yeah, he just he says to Abby like, you know how hard it is for a lot of the folks in your community to talk to us big types. So,
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad you felt safe enough to ask me for help.
Well, yeah, you're Larry, and my friend Errol told me that well, he didn't really tell me, but he asked me why I didn't just go and talk to you, 'cause you're here. And he was right. It's easier to talk to you face to face instead of just at a shrine.
He's just like, uh.
I'm sorry, I was trying to keep it together. You said my friend Errol.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh no.
And he just, yeah, sounds like he gave some great advice.
The bestest.
hey, Uni.
Hmm.
Is Larry still wearing that scarf he got given?
He is.
Which
Yeah, I think
hand would he
it's
be wearing
on.
it on?
He's wearing it. He definitely offered her the hand it wasn't on.
Probably for the best.
Yeah.
Probably for the
Um,
best.
there's a strong temptation to just like not to just like be like, to tell her outright. But also, he's just like, oh God, I don't even. I'm too tired for this. I can't deal with this right now. And so he's just like, well, yeah, I'm glad, and I hope I can help with whatever in the future. You need stuff, just ask, and I'll do what I can.
Your finger gets another hug, like just a tighter squeeze, and she kind of just looks up at you and goes,
Well, you've already helped us a lot. And, well, I don't think I've ever actually said thank you for that, so thanks!
Yeah. Of course, it's what anyone would do.
Larry, I myself hold him very soft. I love him so much.
But yeah, unless there's anything else they want to say to each other, he can sort of drop her off at her given her hidey hole of choice.
Mm-hmm. Like I think she like kind of points out like a spot that's like kind of that's more close to the ground, so she can just kind of duck in and then make her way back home. Not somewhere tall, please don't.
Yeah. He will kneel down to let her in somewhere at a reasonable location.
And like before she like ducks in fully, she kind of turns around and like just gives a shy little wave before heading back home.
He waves back, and as she like, there's like a solid like minute or so where he like waits to make sure she's absolutely definitely gone, before just like fucking collapses onto his bed like, oh my God.
I'm so sorry, Larry.
Do not apologize. It's wonderful and sweet, and he's just, oh, it's very much, but it's also very good. Everyone, like, Larry and Tori are both like, ah, and Abby's just like, ah.
Yes, the absolute juxtaposition between just Abby happy vibing and these two going, huh.
Oh.
Oh God, everything happens so much here in Dodo Studios.
Everything happens way too much.
On many different scales.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Abby talked to God.
Abby talked to God.
Alright. I think if that does us out, then, yeah. Ta-da!
Yeah.
Hooray!
Yay!
Yay!
Well, wrapped up in a
Another one
horribly-
down the hatch.
Wrapped up in a horribly awkward bow.
Very awkward, bro. A little crooked, but it's good.
Thank you, everyone,
They're all
for
doing
coming.
the best they can.
They're all doing so good. I'm very proud of each and every one of them. Alright. Well, then yeah, I guess that closes us off. Feel free to say goodbye to the recording, everyone. Thank you for listening, and James Baxter, if you're out there, I hope you enjoy- I hope you have a great rest of your day.
Bye.
Goodbye, game's back.
Oh.
Bye, everyone. Thank you for listening.